call this meeting to order at 6:02. If I can have everybody stand up. We're gonna say the pledge. Everybody take their hats off, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Miss Sandy, can you do a roll call?
Trustee Bass,
Present?
Trustee Bosker,
Here.
Trustee Byler, Trustee Manning, Board Chair Miskowitz.
Here, Mr. Ramsey, it says that she needs to be verified, is what Annie just texted me. Not to interrupt roll call.
Vice Chair Oldenburg,
Here virtually.
thank you, and Trustee Ramsey.
Here.
We have a quorum, thank you.
At this time, I would like to open it up to public comment. And tonight, public comment has to deal with things that are not on the agenda and would like to keep it to 3 minutes. Does anybody have any public comment? Yes, ma'am.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jessie.
Can you stand up? Thank you.
Amber.
I'm
I'm an art
sorry.
teacher. I just wanted to let you know NEA Days, the Teacher Professional Development, is this week, and I will be speaking on artistic behavior modeling at the state conference in Missoula. So if anybody is going to be around for those, I'm going to be presenting on my graduate research. That's it.
Thank you. Anybody else have any public comment at this time? Okay, moving on to reports, item 3A, board report from myself. I just want to say thank you to the public and all of the board members that showed up this Friday for concessions for the homecoming football game. I think it was a blast, me personally, and I think it was great to interact with the public. That's pretty much the only report I have at this moment. So, athletic director, item 3B, Mr. Havens.
All right, I have a whole list, so
Sweet.
hang with me tonight. Tomorrow night is pink night for high school volleyball. Matches start at 6. Excuse me, only one tomorrow night. So wear your pink, come support the girls. The high school football team made it into the playoffs. We just don't know where or for sure what day we'll be playing. So we're throwing around some ideas about how to stay, where to stay. Also drawing closer by the days is high school sports and music festivals that are going to be happening. Junior high girls start next Monday. Our NFHS camera, the one that's been calibrated like 5 or 6 times now, got recalibrated and is supposedly working at halftime the other day. We do have one opening for coaches for the high school assistant boys, and so if you guys know anybody, public knows anybody, get a hold of me and we'll go from there.
Mr. Havens.
Yes, ma'am.
When they email you, do they need to send, what would you like sent in the email?
Well, first off, it's just whoever, if you're emailing me, just let me know somebody's name. Hey, I heard that so-and-so's interested.
Okay.
Cool. Then I'll reach out and get a hold of you.
Okay, thank you.
The next one's a concern I have. We will be having issues with our buses with a different person in charge who's not here.
Okay.
It kind of scares me because if we have team out going to Hamilton and they break down, which has happened before in Hamilton, what are we doing? So I know Travis pretty well over the years. I've worked with him a couple times. Just without anybody here to contact Travis and Libby.
Can I put your mind at ease just a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
I did talk to Mr. Byler about that for my own peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to be on a limited basis for in
If
between the time they get somebody, he will be our spot man.
Okay.
So if that gives you any,
Well,
Little
it'll
bit of
give me a
peace.
little relief, but I mean, we've got games coming up, the next couple weeks anyway.
yes
So,
sir.
Next thing that maybe is on your radar, maybe not. I would like to start thinking about doing something with the lights out on the football field. Maybe going to some LED, but I don't know what that would pertain to. And I know they're approximately 1,000 to 1,200 per light, which isn't too bad. But I think for as bright as LEDs are, you probably could get away with 4. Right now we have 5. Actually, we have 3 poles with only 4 lights. But I think we could get away with 1 less in every pole. I throw that number 1,000 to 1,200. That's what somebody had told me what they were. I would just be interested in maybe not a year down the way, but just to see how much it costs every night to run those. And I don't know, at one time it was $500. I don't know if that was right or wrong, but that's a kind of a scary thought. But if we could maybe think to go into that, I know the lights that we use in our arena are LEDs, and they cut the electricity down to like 25%. And we happened to get in with Northern Lights. Northern Lights said, here's a grant. You come up with half, we'll come up with the other half. Just a thought. Another thing we're going to have trouble sooner or later is up in the crow's nest. We got a 20 amp up there. We got a lot of things plugged in up there, and it's one of these days it's just going to go poof, and my eyes will get real big because there won't be anything. You'll hear it burning up there. And the other day we did have trouble with the scoreboard not coming on. I think that was Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then we got out there, and it had one of the parts had kind of like shortened out with all the cobwebs that were inside, because it is not a sealed unit in our football field scoreboard. So there was cobwebs in there, and they actually took the part out, blew it out, blew the dirt off, stuck it back in there, plugged things back in, and it worked. I mean, I would never know which ones to do, unplug, and I'm sure Dan maybe can back me up on this. We got electricians because they knew what they're doing, versus me climbing up on there and not having a clue. So lots of little things going on. I am available if you need me, most days, most nights. We did paint the football field the other day, and from the time I start till the time I got done cleaning the machine was 3 hours to paint the football field. Some of that's on my time, some of that's on school time where I do have a prep for AD stuff, but it's rather tiring. It's kind of fun though. Again, if you need me, email me, text me. If you call me at home, depends on what time it is, I'm usually around. But yeah, reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Havens. Next on the agenda, item 3C, Student Council, Mr. Duffy.
I'm Ben Duffy. I am the board representative of the Executive Student Council that's now back under Ms. G. We have had quite a rough student council over the past few years. We were just kind of cast out into the open, just like, you guys are on your own now. And I'm very happy that it's back in Ms. G's hands. We have gotten so much more done. Unfortunately, we couldn't have elections, so I was not necessarily elected to this position. I was kind of appointed, which is not very democratic, but I'm planning to do my best in this position. We planned homecoming. It's the best homecoming I've ever had, the most planned out, most organized one I've ever been a part of, and it was a lot of fun, and I think that was the general consensus as well. We don't necessarily have a lot of things coming up, so much. There's a few ideas floating around, like the car show, but we have not really gone very in depth on that, and that I will bring more to you next month. But I did not have very much. We didn't do very much. I haven't done very much yet, but I will bring more to you guys next month.
Planning out that homecoming was huge.
It was. We started, I think, 2 months earlier than we have
Nice.
every other
Was
year
extremely
that
huge.
I've been in student council. So it was very good. I'm very excited to see what happens with our student council. Thank you.
Did an amazing job.
Fun homecoming this year, you're right. Thank you.
Miss Tammy, Annie is on Zoom now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Next on our agenda is item 3D, Superintendent Principal, Mr. Ramsey.
I was gonna ask, was that was Annie on there that I saw?
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you took the homecoming, I was gonna talk about that. It was a great week, had a lot of fun. We did the parade, we did a great assembly, ended up with a football win, so that's good. Gets Hot Springs nonetheless. We've had our second cycle with Side by Side Consulting, where Side by Side representative came in for 2 days and visited classrooms, took data on our instructional framework, things that are happening in there. We're beginning to see some positive shifts in instructional practice in our classrooms, and so that's going along very well. I've got 3 funding sources that I'm looking at. Grants. There's a targeted support and improvement competitive grant. We were invited to apply for that because we're in targeted support in grades 7 and 8 in high school, mainly in the areas of math instruction. This is a grant that's up to $75,000. Should we be awarded it to help improve instruction in those areas, provide professional development and that sort of activities. There is also due in December, or actually it opens in December, due in January, is the Advanced Opportunities Grant. That's a permanent grant. It's funded at 18% of our previous year's total quality educator payment. And what that grant will do is provide reimbursement funding for families who are looking for opportunities outside of the regular school classroom for activities for their students. Some of the examples of districts that have been awarded this grant before, it's like babysitting courses, CDL courses and test fees, robotics clubs, flight lessons for students pursuing pilot's licenses. Those are what some of the other districts who've been awarded this grant in the past have used the funds for. So it's can be used to help reimburse families for those expenses, and can also be used for CTE course offerings and the facilitator of that program. And then the third grant, at the end of last year, there was an opportunity to apply for a gifted and talented grant. It needed to be to submit an intent to apply to that. Previous superintendent did not submit that intent. So I started looking into it and found that there was a large school district in the state that was awarded that grant that was going to potentially refuse their funds, which would put the funds back into the state and be able to be reallocated out to smaller schools. That school district did not accept their funds, and so the funds were available. So today I submitted the intent to apply for the Gifted and Talented Grant. We often focus very much on students at one end of the educational spectrum and miss the students at the other end of the educational spectrum. So this is a matching grant. I've put in the intent to apply up to $7,500 over 2 years. to begin a gifted and talented program. Ideally, our first step with that would be to identify students in the gifted and talented that would be gifted and talented, and that identification of those students most optimally starts at the end of the second grade year, where you assess the abilities of all second grade students, identify students who may be gifted and talented, and start giving them opportunities to showcase that. So I'll tell you more as we get through. And that's what I got.
Alright, moving on to the consent agenda. Item 4A, approval of minutes for the regular board meeting, September 8, 2025. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular board meeting from September 8th, 2025.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Do you guys have any, does the public have any discussion at this time? Okay, does the board have any discussion? Ms. Tammy, can you do a roll call vote?
Yes, trust. Go ahead, Eric.
Nope, I'm sorry. I just came unmuted. I'm good.
Okay. Trustee Bass?
Yes.
Trustee Rosker? Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, aye.
Trustee Manning?
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz?
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg?
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
Can I get a motion for approval of minutes of the special board meeting, September the 18th of 2025?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the special board meeting from September 18th, 2025.
Can I get a second?
I second.
Public discussion? Board discussion? Okay, Miss Tammy, can you do a voice call?
Trustee Bass?
Aye.
Trustee Rosker?
Aye.
Trustee Manning?
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz?
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg?
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, item 4C, approval of student activity reports. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion for the approval of student activity reports.
Can I get a second? I second. Public discussion? Board discussion? Okay, Miss Tammy, will you do a voice vote?
Trustee Bass?
Aye.
Trustee Rosker?
Aye.
Trustee Manning?
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz?
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg?
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Can I please get item 4D, a motion for approval of high school claims and payroll warrants? I make a motion to approve the high school payroll and claims, and, yeah, payroll and claims.
A second?
Public discussion? Board discussion? Annie and Eric, do you have any discussions on payroll and claims?
I got two quick questions. I see trip to Missoula to pick up hardwood. Just curious if that was something we could get from Johnson, or maybe it was substantially cheaper in Missoula.
These are specialty hardwoods.
Hardwoods or Johnson's, I don't think carries hardwoods.
You can usually order, maybe not. I'm sure it's been vetted. I just wanted to ask the question. Because he can usually get stuff in, but maybe he can't get that.
And your other question?
I was just looking at the cleaning invoice. Are we just wanted to check in? Are we on track to be within the contracted budget on that?
Miss Tammy is shaking her head yes.
That was the only 2 questions I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Annie, did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any further board discussion?
Nope.
Miss Tammy, can you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Annie?
Aye.
Thank you.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
vice chair Oldenburg,
Aye.
trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, item 4E, approval of elementary claims and payroll warrants with Trout Creek Sustaining. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve elementary claims and payroll warrants.
Can I get a second?
A second.
Public discussion? Board discussion? Okay, Miss Tammy, can you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
and vice chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Motion carries with Trout Creek trustees abstaining.
Thank you. Moving on to item, we have no old business, so we're gonna move right on to item 6. New business, consider. Yes, sir.
Before you go on, can I add one
Yeah.
thing to my report that I read right over the top of?
Absolutely.
High school volleyball tournament, October 30th, 31st. You guys go on, let me know, and we'll get some passes. But yeah,
October,
30th and 31st,
and where's that gonna be at?
Charlotte.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now on to item 6A, consider approval of new trustee appointment and interviews for the Knoxon District, Mr. Michael Mercer.
I make a motion, we consider the approval of the new trustee appointment interview, Mr. Michael Mercer.
I second.
Thank you, guys. Okay, Mr. Mercer. I have a few questions.
Okay.
Sorry, I wrote it down in my text message.
Fair enough.
Because if I don't, then I forget. Okay, so I only have 3 questions for you. What makes you want to join the board?
Basically just to help get a quorum. The position's been open for a little while, and as a graduate from this school and long time resident, just thought it would be something decent to try to do for the community.
Okay. Number 2, what do you think you can bring to the board?
Fair amount of local knowledge. Hopefully a decent business sense on how to look at things. Yeah, honestly, that's about it.
Okay. And number 3, do you have any questions or concerns for the board at this time?
I have no questions or concerns for the board at this time.
Okay. So, we don't do public comment at this time, just to let you guys know. But the board, do you guys have any questions for Mr. Mercer? And remember, our diligent to keep it related to the issues at topic. He does not know what the rules and regulations of being on the board is. And 2, we keep it pertaining to the board, not public or private issues. Okay. So do you guys have any questions for Mr. Mercer?
Glad he joined. Good to see it. Gives me another mind.
I do have a question. What would be some specific outcomes that you'd like to see improved in the district?
Honestly, I'd like to see, well, obviously the grades improve, and I know that, a lot of schools have been struggling coming out of COVID. So I'd like to see the grades improve overall for the student body. I'd like to see an improvement between the teachers and the parents. as well. I understand that there's a lot of, conflicting interests between the both of them, but in the grand scheme of things, they all just want what's best for the children. And I'd like to see more accountability for the individual students themselves. If I can vote in any way, shape, or form in a way to help lift the students up, and I would like to see that. Just more personal accomplishments that students can actually be proud of and take home.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay, Miss Tammy, can you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass.
Aye.
Trustee Bosker.
Aye.
Trustee Manning.
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz.
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Hi.
Motion carries.
And just so that everybody knows, he is now a seated member of the board. He will take his oath at the courthouse as soon as possible, and he will get that paperwork back to Miss Tammy, and then he will be a voting member of the board. So moving on from item 6B, consider approval of Montana DPHS vocational rehabilitation. Can I please get a motion on item 6B? I make a motion to approve item 6B, consider approval of Montana DPHS vocational rehabilitation. Can I please get a second?
I second.
Thank you. Any public comments or concerns on this one? Any board? Mr. Ramsey, I'm setting this one in your wheelhouse.
Okay, so this is an opportunity to work with the Department of Health and Human Services and come up with a job exploration for students with disabilities. Students with IEPs or 504 plans could apply to enter into this program. It costs the district no money, but the state provides funding for the activities that students would engage in. And a lot of the activities that we have listed on the scope of work plan are things that we're already doing. Job exploration, counseling, work-based learning experiences, a lot of the things that we're doing in our CTE classes, learn about, accommodations for SAT and ACT test preparation, get some workplace readiness training for those students, and that sort of thing. So it's really to help boost the educational experiences of our students with IEPs and 504s and get them ready to enter the workforce.
So does the board have any questions for Mr. Ramsey? So we already have something like this in place, it just piggybacks right on with it, right?
Since we're already doing a lot of the things in the scope of work plan, what this does is it provides some funding to go along with that.
Okay.
We get money for the things that we're already doing.
Okay.
Good job, Mr. Ramsey. I think this is a great thing. It sounds like you've already consulted BIA, pretty standard contract. In fact, not really changeable because it's standardized across the state. Section 3 is a little. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Section 3 is a little confusing to me because it does talk about payments. Is that payments from the state to the contract to?
Yeah,
Can you explain Section 3 to me?
That's
Who
payments
is the
from
contractor in this case?
That's payments from the state to us.
Okay, so we can administer the program.
Right.
Appreciate it. That was all I had.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? Okay, Miss Tammy, can you do a voice vote?
Trustee Bass.
Aye.
Trustee Bosker.
Yes.
Trustee Manning.
Aye.
Board Chair Moskowitz.
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 6C, consider approval of the revision of, actually, I forgot to do this earlier. Can I move, item 6B and C down to the policy so that we're not being,
I think it is there.
cause we're gonna have to make changes to both of those, so, Tammy, I'm gonna move B and C down to.
C and D.
C and D.
24.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mark out B,
No,
sorry.
it's actually C and L. D is not currently
Okay,
down
well,
below. We can move it down there, but
2410.
it's not doubled up on.
okay, so we're gonna move the policies down with the rest of the policies so that we just do all policies together. Did that make sense to you? Did you see the policies?
I haven't gotten that deep yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, so item C, D, and L are all gonna be done with K. So we're gonna move on to item 6E, consider approval of MOA with the NEA for STEAM director.
L is, excuse me, L is a little bit different. I think it needs to
It's
stay
right,
where
yeah, it is, it's,
Okay, thank you.
yep. Okay, I make a motion to consider the MOA with the NEA for the STEAM director. Can I get a second?
I second.
Public discussion about the STEAM director? Board discussion. Mr. Ramsey, can you give us some insight, please?
So, the past several years, we've contracted our STEAM showcase, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. This year, we're unable to contract that, and so we're looking to bring that in-house and have a person who would be in charge of putting on that so that we can still have that program. It's a great opportunity. It's a great program for our elementary kids in the area of science. And so bringing it inside, the person that, once it gets posted internally and that person is selected, the duties of that person would be quite a bit less than what it was when it was contracted. They're not going to be going in and teaching science classes. They're not going to be going in and monitoring every individual student's project. Instead, they're just doing all the logistical parts of putting on the STEAM showcase. Like the event planning and coordination, the communication with judges and with the teachers, helping them to make sure that their students are on track with their projects, putting on the actual STEAM showcase, and those sorts of duties there. And so in order to bring that in-house and give somebody inside the opportunity to put that STEAM showcase on, we need to put that on the supplemental salary schedule. So we're looking to do that at 6% of the base, roughly just a little over $2,000 for that person.
And just for all the new board members, the 6% is in our CBA for like our head coaches for like football, volleyball and stuff, so it stays on par with the CBA. Eric, Annie, do you guys have any questions?
No.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Eric, the floor is yours.
Let's see. So is there a copy of this MOA in the red folders tonight?
Is there?
Yeah.
Thought you put it on.
I don't.
Yeah, there's,
Well, you have it, because I printed you off a whole agenda, since you don't have
Yeah, it's in there.
online access.
No, mine
That's
is-
it.
I don't have it, I only have 2 pieces of paper.
No, I can go that. Put it in there.
Thank you. So, Derek, do you want me to take a picture and send this to you?
Uh,
Did you put it in the report? Hold on,
well,
Mr. Ramsey.
no, I mean, yes, but I'm gonna suggest we table this.
Okay.
Two reasons. One, we shouldn't be approving any agreement that none of us have read. And two, I really, really want to advocate that every single agreement that the school enters into gets run by Bia first and that we consult her. So I would suggest that we table both E and, well, I guess we're just talking about E now, but
And when is the STEAM showcase supposed to be in preparation?
Ideally, they're starting on it now.
Okay.
And then you get the STEAM showcase, it's typically been in
End
March,
of February.
end of February, March, yeah.
Okay, so we still have a little bit of time that we can back pay them for this as well, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you already have somebody interested in it?
No, I haven't posted it internally yet.
Yeah, cause I was just double checking, I printed everything off today and it wasn't a hyperlink for us to
It
print
might
off.
be in the reports. We need to start double checking because we have a reports folder where
Were you
Tammy
guys
puts-
able to open it? Cause,
mine is in the reports section of the drive that's shared with me. It's the board reports, and that's where your claims and everything is at. Okay, so I
so
have.
the MOAs were in Drive, is that what I'm understanding?
I wasn't seeing them.
I'm trying to get in there.
Okay, Tammy's double checking, but we were thinking that they were put in the reports. Cause that's where I found the agenda, was in my reports.
Well, in your drive.
Yeah. So I have, one board member that would like to, table this. I need a majority of the board to table, so do we have, more that would appreciate, oh, sorry, I did not pass that on. Want to table this at this time?
I'd table it.
I agree.
Okay, so I have 3.
That's fine.
So, Miss Tammy,
So I have noted with board consent that this will be tabled until our next regular meeting,
and
or next meeting.
can we loop, F in there as well?
Yes.
Thank you. Just so the public knows that we have decided to table the STEAM and the archery coach at this time.
Amber, can I add one thing?
Yes, sir.
I want to make it clear I'm a huge advocate of STEAM. I think it's great. Just want to make sure we do our due diligence. We understand the implications of doing this agreement with NEA. Want to make sure that I'm never going to vote for something that I don't have the opportunity to read. And then likewise, when we feel the need, which I think we should for any legal agreement, to consult the district's representation. So big supporter of both these programs and happy to help get these things figured out. Just want to make sure we do our due diligence.
Noted.
Moving on to item 6G, consider approval of elementary teacher Madeline, is it Bear, pending background check results. I make a motion to approve Miss Madeline Bear pending background checks. Can I please get a second?
A second?
Public, discussion, please. Okay, we have none. Mr. Ramsey, I'm gonna let you take
Yeah,
the floor.
Madeline's application came to me a little over a week ago. She came down, she interviewed. She's a young teacher. She's Montana certified. She's got her student teaching experience in Colorado, and she's got a year of teaching experience in Montana. And she would be a great fit here. One thing I do like is that she is a young teacher and willing to learn, willing to grow, and would love the opportunity to give her a chance to do that here in Knoxville.
Okay. Since the public got to hear the whole thing, do we have any discussion? Okay, board discussion. You guys have any questions for Mr. Ramsey?
Would this be a 4th or 5th grade?
I would put her in with the 5th grade class, we'd be able to separate out the 4th and 5th grade. So she would be our 5th grade teacher.
We'd have 2 separate classes then.
2 separate classes, 2 separate classrooms. I would want to acclimate her in with the kids instead of just ripping them apart and, hey, here's your new teacher. Spend some time team teaching with the 4th, 5th grade classroom. Get to know the kids a little bit, get to know other teachers, and then slowly separate them out over a period of a week or 2.
That's a great idea.
Would she be able to start this fall, or would we wait till the end of the semester?
She can start Monday.
Oh, wow.
Week from
All right.
today.
That's
It's
awesome.
pending background check and everything.
Great.
So.
Any further discussion? Okay, Miss Tammy, the floor is yours.
I just-
Yes, sir?
Sorry, I just wanted to say fantastic job. Thanks for not letting the grass grow. Joel, you got her, or Mr. Ramsey got her here quick, and very excited for this outcome.
Well, thank you. She is excited as well.
Miss Tammy, will you do a voice vote, please?
Okay, and this is for an elementary position, so Trap Creek trustees will be abstaining.
Thank you.
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
vice chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Motion carries with Trap Creek trustees abstaining. Thank you.
Moving on to item 6H, consider approval of the custodian service bids. Can I get a motion? Okay, I make a motion to approve the custodial position bids. Can I get a second?
I second the motion to approve the custodial service bids.
Public discussion? Board discussion, all up to you, Mr. Ramsey.
Will the public have an opportunity to comment as you look through the bids? Okay. Looks like we've got 3 here.
Hold on. This is the confusing part because
Right.
these are closed bids and I have 2 members that are voting on this. I'm gonna call our lawyer to figure out how we can legally handle this because technically we can't open those and send them a copy of it, but without their votes, we don't have enough people to vote. So it might be tabled and we might have to do another board meeting.
Okay.
So 1 second. Can we take
Hey,
a,
Amber,
yes?
the only reason I'm not there is I don't want to spread my illness. I can drive down there quickly if I need to and stand in the hallway or something.
I still wouldn't have enough Knoxon,
Yes, you would,
would I?
because
have
this is
4.
a full board vote, not
Okay.
an elementary position only.
Let me call Kellyville. We're gonna take a 5-minute recess. So Miss Tammy, we're gonna recess at 6:45.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Tammy, we're gonna be back in recess at 6:51. We are waiting for H until Mr. Oldenburg is on premises. And Annie, I'll keep you posted as much as I can on the bids. So we're moving on to item 6I, consider approval of the substitute staff 1 through 4. We're gonna do it all together tonight, you guys. So can I please get a motion?
I make a motion to consider approval for substitute staff.
I second.
Thank you. Any, public discussion? Any board discussion? We've got all of their fingerprints this is all pending background and fingerprints and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I get a voice vote, Miss Tammy?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
vice chair Oldenburg, he's en route though.
Yes, he is en
correct?
route.
Okay, and trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
All right, and I will note that he was unable to vote. Motion carries, thank you.
Moving on to item 6J, consider approval of the coaches 1 through 4. We have high school head girls basketball coach, Mrs. Brogmerkel. Then we have high school head basketball coach, Mr. Is it Kaiser? or
Kaiser.
Kaiser. And then we have junior high girls basketball, please somebody pronounce it.
Rutledge.
Thank you. And junior high boy basketball, Mrs. Brown. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to consider approval of coaches 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Public discussion? Board discussion? These are all returning coaches. I like that. So.
Yep, looks like we got a good group again.
helps. It helps.
Miss Sammy, can you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna throw another loop in the wrench, Miss Sammy. We're gonna move down to L. So can I get a motion for item 6L, consider approval of suspension of board policy 3141. It's discretionary of non-district student attendance.
A motion to consider approval of suspension of board policy number 3141, discretionary non-district student attendance.
And can I get a second?
A second?
Public discussion? Mr. Ramsey, can you give us some feedback on this one?
So this is suspending the policy 3141, which dictates that out of district approvals have to be approved by a certain date. We're past that date, and so we need to suspend this policy in order to approve out of district students. Once suspended, it's suspended for the remainder of the school year.
So my question to you is, do we have any classrooms district-wide that are on the breach of overpopulation?
No.
Do we have any fears that we are close to overpopulation?
No.
Okay. Anybody else have any discussion? Okay, Miss Sammy, can we do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
and trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 6M, consider approval of elementary out-of-district enrollment. Can I get a motion?
I motion to consider approval of elementary out-of-district students.
And I take that back, we don't have any, do we?
We do actually.
Am I reading this wrong?
Nope. I will explain.
Okay,
I need a second, please.
I
I
second?
can explain.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramsey. And
So,
thank you, Mrs. Ramsey.
There was an out of district student that we approved at a previous board meeting where we, it was an elementary student where we had a board quorum, but we only had two, Knoxon
Yep.
trustees who voted. And so just to place us back into quorum rules, re-voting on that out of district student with the correct number of Knoxon trustees.
okay. Any public discussion? Board discussion, any questions for Mr. Ramsey? Okay, Miss Sammy, will you take a voice vote with Trout Creek sustaining?
Yes. Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning.
Aye.
The Trout Creek abstaining and noted that trustee Oldenburg is not here at this time.
Do we need to wait for him?
Nope, 'cause
Okay.
we have three.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item 6M, consider approval of consider approval of high school out of district enrollment. Can I get a motion?
And a motion to approve the high school out of district enrollments.
Can I get a second?
I second.
Public discussion? Board discussion? Okay, Miss Tammy, will you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning, Board Chair Miskowitz.
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 6O, consider approval of the 4-year-old students pending placement test results. Can I get a motion?
Motion to consider approval of 4-year-old student pending placement test results.
Can I get a second?
A second?
Public discussion? Board discussion?
Is this a new student?
Yes.
One is a new student and one is a student that was voted on at the September meeting, and we only had 2 trustees, so I've included them on tonight's list as well.
Okay.
To correct that.
Okay, Ms. Tammy, can you do a voice vote with the Trout Creek sustaining?
Trustee Bass.
Aye.
Trustee Bosker.
Aye.
Trustee Manning.
Aye.
And noted that Mr. Oldenburg is not available.
Correct. So Tammy,
Yes, ma'am.
should I just go on with the policies or should we wait for Mr. Oldenburg? I know he has some concerns on certain policies that he would like to discuss, and he has to be here for the open the bids, so.
Do you want to do, just an idea, the air quality one? And, the 2410, the graduation requirement?
Graduation, can we hold off on that? I
Yeah.
know that he had a
Yeah, there's a
question.
question on that.
So,
Do you recall how you want to do that, Ms. Bender?
I think it shouldn't take him that long, so I'm guessing he should be here within the next 5 minutes, so can I call another 5-minute recess? And I apologize to everybody, I am sorry.
better safe than sorry.
So we're gonna call a recess at 7 o'clock on the dot, Ms. Tammy, for 5 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna call the meeting back to order at 7:05. And we're on item 6H. And Annie is still on, Miss Tammy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now the floor is yours, or we've already got the motion and the second, so.
Okay.
I do have a question on process.
Yes.
So in board policy, so it's basically lowest reliable bid is the standard.
Correct.
Part of determining reliable bid is calling references. There's no way to do that in a sealed bid thing ahead of a meeting. And the board policy says that we shall, not we can. It says we will call references.
Okay.
So I don't know as though we're gonna make a decision tonight. I think we need to go through the process, we need to look at them, but then I think Mr. Ramsey's gonna have to follow up and call references, and then we'll probably have to do, maybe now we have enough, probably gonna have to do a special meeting to approve custodial and the 2 MOAs.
I've only, to be honest with you guys, I've only ever did a sealed bid or any bid process, one other time, and that was, ESSER with the HVAC, so, my memory is sharp, but it ain't that sharp, so I don't know what is actually in those envelopes. Our references might be in there, I don't know, but I do know that we picked a bid that night, but that, like I said, it's been 7 years since I came on the board, so policy might have changed, so.
Well, it'd be an easy thing to overlook as well. But in fairness, how do you determine that reliable part
Well, either way it goes, tonight we're gonna have to open these.
Yes, no,
Because
sorry,
they are
we
complete.
need to continue, I just
Yeah,
wanted to put
they're-
that out there.
They're completely sealed, and we take each sealed bid as they are, and like Mr. Eric said, means, it doesn't mean the lowest bid, it's the lowest reasonable bid. So,
You wear a knife.
I do not have a knife on school property.
Pair of scissors, or a pair of
I do
scissors over
in
there.
my office.
I would, but I just put on my clothes for the first time all day.
I have a multi-tool.
That might work.
I have
That'll be
safety
fun.
scissors.
I do
There's
have
no-
a multi-tool, Mr. Rams.
Rude, that might be better than the safety scissors.
Here, let's see.
Oh,
Well, Leatherman is
Yeah,
permitted
I'll
because it
change
is.
that. A little better.
The straight one should be fairly, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't wanna pass it across the table.
Open. Oh, there we go.
At least that smells good.
I can go to my office and get a utility.
I should have came prepared, sorry.
You said sealed, so I took that to court.
The licking part didn't look nice.
Okay. You want me to pass around? This is HKC Cleaning, Casey Chenoweth. You want me to read the letter or just pass it around? Or?
No, read it, that way the public can.
Read it. To the Knoxon Public Schools Board, I am bidding on the custodial services for Knoxon Public Schools. I'm bidding for the remaining 2025-2026 school term for $46,400 for janitorial and custodial services. In addition, I would like to bid for the 2026-2027 and 2027-2028 school terms for $58,000 per school year for janitorial and custodial services. At the end of the contract, I would like an option to extend and renegotiate the contract if both parties agree.
So that's 2 years?
It is a total remainder of this one and then 2 more. So the next, counting this school year, the next 3 school years.
Okay.
I have an outlined list of job descriptions and frequencies attached. Any additional tasks, areas, and or cleaning services can be discussed and or performed as needed. I would need to use the school's cleaning supplies and equipment. Any additional supplies or equipment beyond what school currently provides will be provided by HKC Cleaning as deemed needed. Cleaning services would be provided after every school day and weekends for events. Janitorial and custodial hours would be nightly between 4 p.m. until 7 a.m. the following day during school week. School days off, weekends, and holiday break hours, I will need access to buildings all hours. Worked hours will be dependent upon needed tasks, depth of cleaning, and cleaner's discretion. Thank you for your time and consideration. Any questions, please feel free to contact the phone number or email above. Casey L. Chenoweth, HKC Cleaning LLC. Services required, areas and items for entrances, clean and disinfect door jambs, push plates, crash bars, and door frames. Sweep, mop, and vacuum floors, wipe lights, walls, and baseboards, spot clean glass, empty trash bins, change liners, tidy and arrange entry mats with doors, deep clean interior and exterior windows. Frequency of those are each daily, once per week, monthly, and holiday breaks. Offices, public areas, lounge areas, laundry spaces, empty trash receptacles and replace liners, spot clean as needed, disinfect and spot clean horizontal surfaces, sweep, mop, and vacuum floor surfaces, clean and disinfect water fountains, clean and sanitize sinks, counters, fill soap and paper towel dispensers, deep clean carpet and rugs. And again, frequency for all of those is daily, once per week, monthly, and holiday breaks. Restrooms, empty trash receptacles, replace liners and clean receptacles as needed, clean and disinfect toilets and urinals, clean stalls and wall partitions, clean and disinfect sinks, wash mirrors, tops of feminine product and paper towel dispensers, sweep and mop floors, clean polished door handles and kick plate on doors, refill all dispensers as needed, deep clean ceiling to floor, buff floors, and each of those frequency daily, once per week, monthly, holiday breaks. In locker rooms, empty trash receptacles, replace liners and clean receptacles as needed, clean and disinfect toilets, clean stalls and walls partitions, clean and disinfect sinks, wash mirrors, tops of feminine product and paper towel dispensers, refill all dispensers as needed, sweep and mop floors, dust tops of lockers, clean and disinfect showers, and those are all at frequencies of daily, once per week, including holiday breaks.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So we sent out the specifications for
Yeah.
the bid, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't know as though we need to go through
Each of them.
each of these. What needs to happen is the contract needs to reflect the services being reflected by the school, or being requested by the school. So we would just need to validate that that's all included in that list. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's read it.
And that is a copy of the information
This is-
we provided to them.
This is what we provided to them for comparison to what she's provided here. And it looks like everything that we provided her, she's got included in her bids, in her bid. And included the bid specs that we provided to her.
And she has the insurance that we need for her to be an independent contractor?
And there's, does not seem to be an indication that the insurance is there.
Is that something we asked for, Tammy, in the bid itself, or is that just later?
That
we-
just goes along with if you were awarded this is what
Okay.
you have to have.
Okay.
She has had
Mhm.
all necessary,
And
Yeah,
the-
she's worked for us.
yes.
The request for proposals, what, it only said 25, 26, correct? The
Our
The
original?
request for the
call for
bids.
bids that we sent out. Yes, so what, can you read one more time what the bid for 25, 26 remainder was?
46,400.
Thank you.
Gonna go to the next one?
So she's bidding in for the 4644 for this year, and then if awarded,
46,400 for the remainder of this school term.
okay. And then she would like 58 for the rest of the years until the end of 2028 school year.
She would like 58,000 for the 2026, 2027, and 2027, 2028 school years.
But we're
We're not
only
even
looking
in-
at this
Yeah.
year,
Yeah,
that
correct.
is not even,
No,
That is something that,
yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got my numbers right, so.
that would be
Okay.
in the contract. This one from SJBR Cleaning to the Knoxon School Hiring Committee. My name is Sarah Brackett. Attached, you will find my bid proposal for the custodial work for Knoxon School. I've lived full-time in Knoxon for a little over a year, and my children attend the school. I'm a small business owner who has worked in the cleaning world off and on for over 10 years. I work with my husband Jim. He and I have had cleaning contracts that includes homes, vacant properties, and commercial properties. Our biggest contracts in the past are working with real estate companies cleaning up trash out homes and properties. I have toured the building with Dan, and he has showed me how big this project is. I feel this is within my wheelhouse. I have created a bid that I feel is a fair price for the custodial work outlined in the project specifications. I hope to be working with public Knoxon schools in the near future. Bid specifics: janitorial work for Knoxon Public School, November 2025-2026 school year term. Hiring fees: insurance fee $2,500. Compensation wages for workers hired $44,000. Hiring of 1 full-time, 1 part-time, and 1 potential on-call independent contractors to fulfill work detailed in bid specifications of custodial service provided by Knoxon School. Estimated 29 weeks of custodial work, November 2025 to June 2026. 180 hours of custodial work to include weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, yearly special occasions. Please note, estimated start and end date is speculative due to the start date not stated in the bid specifications. I have estimated the weeks needed to be cleaned from November 1 to the first week of June. The start and end date will be determined upon acceptance of this bid. Cleaning can begin earlier if needed. Total bid proposal $46,500. This is custodial services bid proposal submitted by Northwest Enterprises LLC. Executive summary: Northwest Enterprises LLC is pleased to submit this proposal for providing high-quality custodial services to Knoxon Public Schools. With proven expertise in successful business operations and a commitment to safety, compliance, and professionalism, we aim to maintain a clean, healthy, and well-functioning learning environment across both the elementary and high school wings of the school district building. As defined in the bid specifications, page 3, Northwest Enterprises has, during the most recent temporary custodial contract, proven its character, integrity, reputation, judgment, experience, and efficiency to meet all bid requirements. In addition, we have the resources available to ensure that full performance of the contract meets all necessary requirements. Understanding of scope. We understand this contract encompasses the following areas.
Joel,
Hello?
you could probably skip to 4, the rest is just information that doesn't really.
I will skip to 4. Proposed bid amount and contract dates. The proposed contract amount of $55,000 is for the performance of building cleaning on a basis and term as retained by the Board of Trustees, and is based on calculating percentage increase of current state mandated Montana state prevailing wage rates for non-construction services effective July 1, 2025, as compared to most recent long-term contract for custodial services, and is applicable for the dates of October 15, 2025 to May 29, 2026. Independent contractors shall be solely responsible for all wage and tax withholdings and payment of all relevant federal and state taxes on such payment. Proposed bid includes automatic renewal of contract for 3 years ending May 2029 from first PIR day to last PIR day of each school year. Will be increased by percentage according to the updated prevailing wage rate as determined annually by Montana State prevailing wage rates for non-construction services and calculated at full school year rate. Certifications and compliance. You want to hear that part?
I think you can just pass them around and everybody can
Okay.
take a gander off of them.
Next one.
And we can just kind of open up discussions.
There's custodial services, Northwest Enterprise.
So, Tammy,
Yes.
be my memory here. When we do these bids, nothing is done in private, it's all done in public. But if we do have some, previous knowledge about, past and how,
I'm not sure on how you're going with that.
thank you.
So I have a question, maybe somebody can answer. On the first bid and the third bid, they had 3 years. Does that mean if we accept them, we're doing it for 3 years for HKC and 3 years for Northwest Enterprises? Cause it said automatic renewal, no? So this is just for this year?
The bid went out for just this year.
Yeah, that's what I,
Are you sure?
And then,
yeah. So we're only voting for this year, we're not looking at 2 and 3, where Casey wanted 58,000 for year 2 and 3, and then Northwest Enterprise wants an automatic renewal.
so those read to me like they were both looking for a renewal.
For 3 years.
For
If we
3
vote
years.
if we vote, let's just hypothetically say we hired Northwest, that means we're socked in for 3 years, correct?
Can we
No.
speak or not?
I'm just,
I don't wanna
If-
interrupt.
I don't believe we'd be locked in because this is not a contract.
we'll be
This is a-
redoing
this
this
is a
again
bid.
next year.
Right.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, and I can only tell you how we've done it through collective bargaining. It's basically what we're doing right now is we're picking our bid. So we're gonna pick one of the 3 companies that we are going to go into. Now, when they're asking for 3 years, the way my brain is processed it in is one, we don't have a signed contract in front of us, so it's up to negotiations. The first part of what we're doing tonight is picking our number 1 pick, and then Mr. Ramsey is going to do what the policy states, and he's gonna do reference checks on these, and then he is going to, we'll have a special meeting and we'll go from that. Then it goes to the next step of negotiations. So if any one of these 3 contracts wants it for 50 years, it's part of the negotiations part from that point on. Am I correct, Miss Annie?
Yes, I believe so, and I am looking at the notice that went in the paper, and it does not specify whether it was 1 year or.
It was
3
up to
years
the way I understood it was up to the discretion. And I mean, in any negotiations, I could ask for a Ferrari and a McDonald's Big Mac every Tuesday. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get a Ferrari or my Big Mac, but I could ask for it, so.
So the board can decide if we wanna offer more than a 1-year contract.
Correct.
But likewise, the contractor could decide it's not worth it if it's not
'Cause
at least more than 1 year.
Hold them up to the camera for him.
Annie, did you hear everything that Mr. Ramsey said?
The majority, yes.
Okay. The highlight is HKC's cleaning. She put in a bid for $46,400. SJBR Cleaning put in a bid for $46,500. Northwest Enterprise LLC put in a bid for $5,500. Or,
I'll let these are
sorry, 55,000. I meant thousands on those, sorry.
No worries. I thought I heard that last number.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, ladies. So, Mr. Dan, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. Is there any, you've seen the bid going out and everything? We touched on everything that you would like to be done.
First, so you know that I've actually held this contract for a number of years in the building, so I have an expectation of maintaining a level that I felt that I kept when I was in the school. You're right, I'm on a hot seat here. One of the bids, that person had the school. Mr. Ramsey, stop me at any time if I'm breaking a law here. But in that contract, there's a clause when you actually own the contract. At least in mine, there was a clause that either party could say, "We're not doing this anymore."
You could mutually
You mutually agree, and that's with one of the bids we have that happened for basically non-compliance. Presently, I feel two things. It's what I see and what I don't hear.
Okay.
The folks that have it right now are doing a good job. As I look at everything that I see, and I'm in this building at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking the entire building every morning and looking for things that aren't right or that need to be corrected, and that may be the temperature, and that's out of their control. The second thing is I'm not hearing anything from our teachers in a negative fashion. And if there's a teacher that's not happy, I know about that very quickly. So, I'm comfortable with what we have. I'm not saying that the next bidder wouldn't be able to pull off a better job. And I'm looking at it going, this is kind of tough, you know. And I've negotiated some pretty good stuff in my time. So, the vote is up to you guys. Where it stands right now, the cleaning contractor, and I didn't catch the price. For all of you that don't know me, I'm here, I'm impaired, that's why I'm sitting up here. Not that I'm a member of the group here, but you've got a good group right now that's doing a good job. There's no complaints, and things are way better off than they were with one of our previous bidders. So you guys take it from there with the ones that you have. I'm not going to make a recommendation more than I already have. If you have specific questions you want to level at me, I can answer those though.
Okay. I recommend, since we have to basically kind of table this and we have to wait until we get our reference checks, that I recommend calling on two of our bidders is the way I'm looking at it, and I'm not speaking for anybody but myself too. And if you would not mind calling on those two, that way if there's a red flag on one, we've already did our background check on the other, so we could move forward. I do feel that we have one of the bids comes with a past, so I'm comfortable with, looking at, references. And maybe we'll do references on all three.
I just need to pull up that policy really fast.
Thank
Amber,
you.
Just to make sure I didn't screw
Mhm.
that up.
Cause I know that, I did, because I had
What
multiple
policy is that, Eric?
board, members ask me what was, some were under the impression we had to take the lowest bid, and that was the one thing that we had to do. But the lawyer did, before the meeting, specify that it's the lowest responsible bid. Like, if there's something, in there that isn't responsible on our part, then it doesn't necessarily mean the money part.
7322, Tammy, but I think actually where I saw that language is in a policy we're gonna be voting on shortly, as opposed to the existing.
Oh,
So let me figure that out really fast.
well then that leaves us into two problems.
Well, it doesn't mean it's not in our existing.
Okay.
It just means that's
What
what.
did you say the policy was?
7322?
72.
7322 talks about procurement and
Oh,
sealed bids.
7530?
Yes, that's the other. So 7322 talks about sealed bids specifically.
Mhm. And then 75 what? 30?
That,
I'm just pulling up the policy book.
that one specifically. See, one of them doesn't give you much guidance. It just says the lowest responsible or reasonable bid.
Okay.
The new one talks about what responsible means, which is super helpful, but I don't think it's officially policy until
When
20
we
minutes
get-
from now, or whenever we get to it.
Okay, so well then here's here's the dilemma. Technical. So the new, I gotta look at the language, sorry.
So I just wanna make sure we're not violating anything by having sealed bids, tabling it and coming back to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, I gotta look at the language, cause I can't,
Precisely, yeah.
sorry ladies, sorry public. Okay, bids and contracts. Okay, so like you said, in the current policy now, it says the contract shall be awarded to the lowest responsible bidder, except that the trustees may reject any or all bids. The board, in making a determination as to which vendor is the lowest responsible bidder, will take into consideration not only the amount of each bid, but will also consider the skill, ability, integrity of the vendor to do faithfully work and promptly fulfill the contract according to the letter and spirit. Bidding requirements do not apply to registered professional engineer, survey, real estate appraiser, or registered. Yeah. Okay, and that it says. So
Are you reading 7530?
It says
it is 7320.
7320 has.
Okay.
So, and right now, that's the only one we got to, we can't, because this agenda item is before we place our new
Well-
wording in the bid. You have to go off of what is on here.
What about 7530 that's our current? Did you read that one?
It's just 7320 is also it is in the
And-
current.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and 7320 is the current one that I just read. It doesn't say anything about references, it's just responsible lowest bid, and that's 7320. And you say Kyra is 75 what?
7530 is also competitive sealed bidding with the exception of construction contracts. Allow the district to negotiate an adjustment of the bid price with the lowest responsible bidder in order to bring a bid within the amount of available funds. If and only if all bids exceed available funds and lowest responsible bid does not exceed available funds.
Okay, so that's if we award somebody the lowest bid, that's already if they won the bid and we as the district end up not having enough to cover that bid, then we can go back and talk to them, but let me double check, but I'm just,
Okay.
by what you said, that's what I'm. Okay, what did you say, 30 or 20?
7530.
Okay.
You want?
And he's got-
Yeah, see, it says amounts of available fund, if the fund is more than 5%. Did you wanna read these?
No, that's all right. Anyway,
No change in your mind, are you? Just kidding.
Okay, so the policy now says that we do not have to do references, we just have to take the lowest responsible bid.
So
We need to make a decision tonight, cause they are open. And that's the policy that we have now.
as we speak.
Yep. Tammy, am I interpreting that the right way?
Yeah, but I'm not so sure about the fact that you can't go and check references. It's not like you are putting the bid out, you're going to accept any more bids beyond this point. It's
It is
just
closed.
checking the
I think
reference of the
the-
ones you
The
looked at.
acceptance of the
won't
bidding,
change.
the acceptance of the bids is closed at this point.
Right, so
Okay.
no more would be accepted, so that wouldn't,
So here's where I got confused and we probably dropped the ball, but it says any contract that we put out for bid has to have language to the following effect. In making a determination as to which vendor is the lowest responsible bidder, if any, the district will take into consideration not only the pecuniary ability of a vendor to perform the contract, but will also consider the skill, ability, and integrity of a vendor to do faithful, conscientious work and promptly fulfill the contract according to its letter and spirit. References must be provided and will be contacted. The district further reserves the right to contact others with whom the vendor has conducted business, in addition to the listed references, in determining whether a vendor is the lowest responsible bidder. Additional information and or inquiries into a vendor's skill, ability, and integrity are set forth in the bid specifications.
So there's really no way to approve a bid in one night.
Where did you get that language from? What policy?
7320.
That's the existing language in 7320. But what that's talking about is we should have outlined that stuff in the
Okay,
bid.
in 7322, and read sealed bids and tell me if those are not conflicting. Cause that is not what I read from that. I don't mind doing reference checks, it's only gonna take a day or two to get back and then we can, we don't have school on Thursday and Friday, and Mr. Ramsey will be out at a workshop for the school, so we could potentially reach back and do this Monday. I don't have a problem with that, I just wanna make sure that we're all in favor with the wording and the correct language.
So you wanna call in the references for,
No, I'm just saying, I'm good with it if that's the majority of the board, I'm just saying in what I'm reading right here for sealed bids, it doesn't say that we have to do
So I don't see any reason we can't table it. It says all bids will be opened at the time and place prescribed in the invitation for bids. Bids will be opened publicly.
Yes.
There's no further prescription that we have to make a decision that night. Because I don't know how else you do due diligence towards the term responsible. I guess we could just take everybody at their word.
Line up right now.
I mean, okay, well, let's back up for 1 second. So just to make sure that I understand what we have in front of us, without getting into, HKC formerly was employed by the district, right?
Correct.
SJBR has never, at this point, been employed by the district.
Correct.
Northwest Enterprises has our current short-term contract.
Correct.
Okay. I don't wanna drag anyone through the mud. I don't know what's right or wrong. I wish that I better understood the conditions around HKC. My understanding is a mutually agreed upon departure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we had a contract with a HKC. Inside that contract stated that we either A, she could break the contract with us, B, we could terminate, and it had to be reasons like terminate a contract with cause from us, or C, we could mutually dissolve the contract. Our previous superintendent had a conversation with the lead person who held HKC contract and presented, and there is documentation for this, presented the 3 options. It was mutually agreed upon to dissolve that contract.
Did Superintendent Whitesell initiate that conversation because he thought services were unsatisfactory?
Correct. And there is documentation.
Just
I
to
cannot
see if it
go.
was in board minutes, but they're not going back that far now.
It is in board minutes. When we dissolved it, we agreed as a board to, that he presented it to us, and it was a mutual thing. Without Ms. Chanowitz being here to speak, that's pretty much about all that I can say on that, because it is an employment record, so. So at this point, there's there's really 3 options. One, since you're asking kind of questions that you would like to be answered by the said person who held that contract before you made your decision, we can either A, table and do reference checks on all 3 of our custodian bids. And I can personally reach out, or Mr. Ramsey can personally reach out to all 3 of the bid representatives and have them all present for a special board meeting, and then any questions that we have, we can ask them at that time in a public meeting. Or we can take the lowest responsible bid tonight. Those are our 3 options. Anybody have questions on those 3 options?
I don't have questions, I just think we should move forward and take the lowest responsible bid.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same.
When does our short-term contract end?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Perfect.
Well, we did it that way because we were under the impression if we did pick up a bid tonight, that person would take over, that we would have the introductions with that person, would be meeting with Mr. Dan, walking through and everything, and that give a clean break from current to new or new to new, you know, so. Annie?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear the three, options that I just said?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Do you have an opinion?
I mean, part of me would like to ask more questions, but also I don't see the harm in going with the most responsible and low bid, because that is sort of what would move us forward.
Okay.
And
Just everybody gets a voice, so I just wanna make sure everybody's heard.
Well, so we're familiar with 2 of these contractors through some means, right?
Correct.
And the third one, if we don't have any information on the one way or another other than the material that they presented
Correct.
to us, it just, in my way of thinking about it, you know, would be good to hear. Reference material from
Yep.
that, but that's my.
In my opinion, if we do the responsible thing as a board and the public has time and time asked us for transparency, the best thing that we can do as a board is get reference checks on all 3 bids, come back, ask all 3 bids, companies to come and set and be available to answer questions. That way we are transparent with our public, we are transparent with our bid. I can't think of the name, but
Contract.
thank you. And we also have time to run all of these questions through Ms. Kelova, and by Monday we could schedule or tomorrow we could schedule a special board meeting for Monday if everybody, all parties are available, and we can move on and everybody gets what they need. Unfortunately, I don't know how that works for our cleaning services between tomorrow and Monday.
Is there anything about that in the current contract?
The current contract ends tomorrow.
Ends tomorrow, but there's no clause on
No.
potential
Okay.
short term.
No. It is a short term.
Right, but
There's
potential
no
extension.
potential extension.
Yeah, there was no wording in there for extension, and we've already been in a hot seat once before, and I am not answering if our current bid would do us a favor or not, so.
I'm out for Thursday and Friday this week, so I could come in over the weekend and clean again.
I am more than willing to come and help you. I clean houses all the time, so I'm good for cleaning if need be, but
We do have the home volleyball match Thursday.
yes, we do.
I'm sure we'd be willing to extend for a few days.
Okay.
I've already got people scheduled.
Okay.
And the contract was for 30 days, so these last few days
Yeah,
have
they're
been an
barred.
Yes,
extension.
they
They've
are
been an
barred.
extension Anyway,
Yes.
beyond that 30 days.
To
Yes.
get the board,
This
so that
last-
it got
To the
paid.
board meeting, yes.
Because
Yes.
of the 30-day and with the extension, and that was written into their,
Yes.
at a daily
Short-term
rate
contract.
Yeah.
beyond the 30-day.
So that we do have daily rates stipulated. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, it's either we take them at face value and it's strictly a monetary decision, or we take this time and do some more homework.
Well, my recommendation, if Mr. Ramsey is okay with it, we could do our diligence and we can reconvene on Monday.
I'm in favor of that if there's not going to be a lapse in, if there's not going to be a lapse in custodial services, that seems like the most responsible thing to do.
There won't be, they're already scheduled, so.
Okay, and we do have it wrote in there for daily rates, and you're still okay with that?
It's
so-
worked out, yeah.
Okay. So Mr. Ramsey,
I will reach out to all 3 and ask for references.
Okay.
Would you like 3?
I think
3
that's,
references per?
yeah, I got what you're saying. I think that's the going rate. That's what I have to put on the resume to make for my husband. Miss Ramsey?
Mhm.
Are you okay with that?
Fine.
Annie?
Yes.
Michael, I'm actually gonna ask you to, in case you can get into the courthouse and get your oath in, so I'm gonna ask you, would you be available Monday for a voting?
Yeah, I could be available Monday.
Kyra?
I believe so.
Well, not only to be available, but would you care to,
Have a special board meeting?
yeah, well, not that, but is this the way that you would like to go with getting the references, having all 3 bids here?
Yeah, I think we should get some references, but I do kind of look at one of the bids being a nice amount less too. Are you guys coming up with like 8,950 less?
Yes, I mean, yes.
I'm just, thinking out loud.
Eric?
I do think that is the prudent thing to do. I will be unavailable, but I do not think that should stop the board from meeting and making a decision.
Okay,
I'll be in the breaks all week next week, so.
I don't know what that exactly.
Hunting.
Oh, okay. Mr. Bass?
I'm in favor of a special.
Okay. And then I will reach out to Mr. Byler and make sure that he is aware, and if he has any questions to get with either Mr. Ramsey or myself to look at our notes for tonight. And yes, ma'am.
Can we have a minute to discuss as far as from the contractor's proposal standpoint? Because I'd be happy to address the financial discrepancies so that everybody kind of understands where we're going.
I'm going to have you have the floor on Monday.
Okay.
That way all 3 of the bids are here and it gets to the full board. And so Miss Tammy, can we table this until Monday pending reference checks? And it's definitely over the 36 hours to do that. What time would you guys like to do this?
Will 6 p.m. work?
6
Stay with
p.m.,
our
yeah.
6 p.m. times, so we're not changing that up.
Work for me.
So special board meeting, Monday the 20th at 6 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Noted.
So if you send me a Zoom, I will try and be somewhere with service, Mr. Ramsey.
I will send you a Zoom.
But if I can't, hopefully we can have a quorum without me,
Yes.
because that would be awful for you all to.
If Mr. Mercer gets his oath in, we will have a quorum because he would take that, he's an Oxon, so that would work out great.
And then are you gonna put the 2 MOAs on Monday's agenda as well?
Yes, sir. So my other question is, you guys, I know that it's late, it's dark, I know we have winter stuff coming in. Would you guys like to table all policies until Monday, or would you like to continue on with our meeting?
I have a thought. So there's 19 of them by my count. Other people might see it differently, that are a simple, a law change, a couple words have to change, they're just boom, black and white. From my perspective, is I have nothing to discuss about them other than, yeah, we need to approve them.
Yep.
And then there are 12 that there's options or there's things that we do need to discuss.
Okay.
So we could at least get the 19, if other people see it the same as me. We could get those off our plate, and if we wanna tackle 1 or 2,
Okay, so if you give me the 19, let me highlight, and then I'll ask for a yes, sir. Miss.
Oh, I was just gonna throw out a number 2. Sorry, somebody.
Oh, are you still here for one policy, Mr. Havens?
we definitely should do that one tonight.
I thought I got it.
We might be down.
Wait, which one are you here
It's
for?
just in case we wanna talk about it.
But we should do that one,
Yeah.
the air quality one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Havens. I so thought
That's all
that
right.
we got
That's
it.
why
done.
I'm still sitting here.
I'm sorry.
So do you want me to read the 19 that I have listed and see if everyone else agrees, or if they have any
Yes, sir.
opinion on any of them?
but go slow so I
Yeah,
can
I'm
find
gonna
them, please.
underline them, cause I have notes on a few too.
Okay, 11:11. Check your reading.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. 21:32. 21:50. 24:50. 32:10. 32:25.
25 or 35?
32:25.
32,
That's
Wait,
assuming I wrote the number
wait,
down
hold
right.
on, it's 35.
The video.
32, 35 video surveillance?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's
That's
35.
35. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
33:10.
Discipline?
34:10.
Oh, that one.
36:12. 36:55. 45:20. 51:20. 51:22. 53:21. 54:60. 81:11. And 84:50. Those are the ones that
Wanna
I
go
didn't-
over specifically?
that I didn't think needed further discussion.
Okay, Ms. Kyra does
I
want
didn't have
to
any.
discuss 5460.
Wait, is that the one?
Yes.
No,
Yes, that's what you told me.
no, that's not, no, I was just giving you that to
Oh, okay.
Wait, now I'm confused, I did have notes. Um, 3410, in the policy with the sick room, you know, Jim had brought up to me, but he's not here, about the sick room also being in the, little corner of the office where the electrical stuff is. So I was wondering in that, not only with that policy changing, if we can get a better sick room.
I think we're maxed out on rooms.
We could discuss that with 3416, which is the administering medication one.
I was thinking the both of them kind of go, but yeah, sick room, isolation, because it's specifically in that policy has isolation, temporary
What
care.
number is
So
that?
so pull that one off the
So
list. there, yeah.
3410 was what I wanted to discuss, getting a better place for the kids that are sick.
Home.
Yes, not always can they get home so fast.
So 3410 rooms.
Okay, so, I'm gonna take us all the way back to item 6C. Consider approval of revision of board policy 4210, instructions for high school graduation. Can I get a motion?
Wait, so we are gonna go through the
Wait.
policies?
Well, we are, but I'm gonna do the 11 that I just highlighted minus 15 on there, and we're going to approve those, but we have two on the first page that were not on policies. There is policy about the high school graduation and also the air quality. So on the front page, we're gonna do those two off the bat, and then we will come to item K.
2410 is
2410,
part of our
yeah.
policy. The only one that is not is 8130, and that's air quality.
Okay, so
So
again,
that's
I will
D.
be asking for a motion for item 6D, consider approval of the revised board policy 8130, outdoor air quality.
I motion to consider the approval of the revision of board policy 8130, outdoor air quality.
Can I get a second?
Second?
Public discussion? Board discussion?
Yeah, we'll wanna consult Mr. Havens in a moment and Mr. Ramsey, but I think, so we have a Noxon monitor, so we need to get Thompson out of there and get Noxon in there in the language. And then the other suggestion that I had, it says the superintendent will give 4 hours notice. I would suggest we throw the word endeavor in there, that it says the superintendent will endeavor to give 4 hours notice.
Okay,
but I
well,
don't,
please explain why you
So
want
this-
that in there.
so it could be that we get a colossal fire somewhere, the winds are taking everything, air quality's good, especially for something like practice when the team's not on the way. We get an inversion, wind switch, whatever the case, and all of a sudden it's through the roof. I would like our administration to have the ability to cancel in less than 4 hours notice if they have to.
Because 4 hours change, that's a huge change
Yeah.
time from, it will blow through here
Yeah.
and then out. I mean,
10 minutes.
Now, hopefully,
It-
when somebody's
half hour.
coming from West Yellowstone, we're making a call as, you know, so they're not getting in the bus, but those were the two changes I thought needed to happen. I don't know if the big one is we want to use our own monitor that's here on site instead of Tennessee Falls.
So I have no problem with the Knoxon being changed into Thompson Falls. The 4 hours in advance of activity, you want that to read,
Shall endeavor to give 4 hours notice or something like that.
because earlier this year, we had a junior high practice canceled. I mean, but we surely didn't give everybody 4 hours notice. I mean, we were pushing an hour maybe, 45 minutes.
Cause the
Just
smoke
push down
goes
through.
real fast.
And you should have the ability to do that without violating board policy.
Right.
yes, sir.
So does everybody on the board understand that we monitor air from here through Missoula so that, like, even when we have our buses in front of this building, it changes our air quality? So to have our policy based off of Thompson Falls doesn't make sense to me. It's better that we use what's going on here, because we may not be getting a forest fire like they had in Thompson Falls, but we monitor our air right out front out here. That is on my computer. I look at that on a daily basis. It's called purple air, excuse me. And I talked to Mr. Ramsey, if we are starting to push the hundreds, anything that's below 100 is acceptable for a 24-hour period. When we start pushing 200, which we had this summer when we had the smoke coming down on us, then we're talking like 2-hour time frames on health for some of our kids with asthma and stuff. So it is something that is monitored right here at school. Don't know if that helps you or not, but I think it's important that we look at what we have here for air quality.
I guess one question for you two that administer it. The guidance provided is squishy at best. There's 2 different metrics they use, and the language is somewhat general, which it's good in the sense that it gives a little bit of judgment call, especially when we do have kids, if they have respiratory challenges. There will be kids that are more sensitive, so that folks are aware. Would it be beneficial for you guys to have more hard and fast rules in board policy, or stick with, I think right now it says we will reference, I can't remember, but some of DEQ.
Your cross-reference is 37, outdoor air quality and board of trustees are your legal references. I do want to remind all the board members that via any changes in our Knoxon policies, we will run these, even if it's one word, we will run them by Ms. Keleva to make sure that we are not squashing on a wall. That's why I was asking for the words that you wanted to change, so I can get that email sent over to her and she can get back to us.
So the station will be fine.
Yes.
If she has any problem with Endeavor, she shouldn't, because it gives us more ability to, so I don't see anything there.
Nope, but we're gonna run it by her because that's what we're doing with everything else, so.
No, absolutely.
So anybody else have any discussion on 31 or 8130? Annie?
no concerns.
So are those guidelines clear enough to you, is my question, Mr. Ramsey, the DEQ?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no title of the document, but that's clear enough to you? Okay.
It's better than what we had. Go down to the window and look out. Can't see the far side. You better not be out of practice.
It's much
Yeah,
better than
that's
can
what
you
we
see
went.
government.
Okay, Miss Sammy, can I get a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz.
Aye.
Vice chair Oldenburg,
Aye.
trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haven, sorry about that, I
No.
got the wrong one
We're good.
for you.
Amber, you got one done.
Drive safe
Yes.
home.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now we are moving on to K, item 6K, consider approval of required policy updates by Kelowna Law. We are going to jump to 2410, item 8 on this one first, you guys. So can I get a motion? Yes, sir.
There's some stuff in this
That you
guidance.
wanna change.
There's some stuff in this guidance from Kelowna on that policy that
Yes, sir.
they require some discussion
Yes.
beyond what I thought.
Yeah, well, I figured we would loop them in because your recommendation to change what you wanted to in there and what Kelowna sent us, we'll just talk about it in one item if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Okay, so item 6, K, and C, Miss Sammy, we're gonna loop them together, and can I get a motion to consider approval of the revise of board policy 2410, student instruction, high school graduation?
Okay.
You're seeking a motion?
Yes.
Make a motion to consider the changes to board policy 2410.
A second.
Thank you.
Is that you, Mrs. Ramsey?
Yes.
What is that alarm?
It's a vacuum cleaner.
Okay. Can I, any public discussion?
Oh, let's see. What are my notes of 2410?
Okay, so board discussion, Mr. Ramsey, you have the floor.
Okay, so for 2410, that's on the graduation requirements. A couple of years ago, previous superintendent got us a graduated reduction of graduation credits needed from initially I think it was 26 credits needed for graduation.
28.
It was 28, wasn't it? From 28, he was dropping it down to eventually 23 credits for graduation. Students here were on a 7-period day. They can get 7 credits a year over 4 years. I would like to hold the graduation requirements at last year's graduating senior requirements of 25 credits for a general diploma and 26 credits for a college prep diploma. Also,
So you wanna hold,
so last year's seniors, in order to get a general diploma, had to get 25 credits.
okay,
And for a college prep diploma, they had to get 26 credits.
and you wanna hold those?
I wanna hold it at last year's graduation thresholds.
Okay.
The plan was.
The
to
plan
go to
was-
24 this year.
The plan was that the class of 2026 would be able to graduate with 24 credits. So the policy as it's currently adopted, class of 2026 needs 24 credits for a general diploma, 25 for a college prep diploma. In addition to that, we previously had dropped honor roll to a grade point average of 3.0 to 3.49. Or that would be place them on the B honor roll, and for A honor roll 3.5 to 4.0. I would like to increase those, so honor roll students would have to have a 3.75 to 4.0 GPA.
Okay, 3.75 to 4.0.
And the honorable mention honor roll to 3.5 to 3.74. Another GPA.
5 to what?
3.74. So the low end of honor roll would be 3.5 to 3.74. The high end of honor roll 3.75 to 4.0.
So where it reads the student must have a minimal grade point average 3.0 to 3.49, you want that to switch to 3.5 to 3.74 for a B honor roll, and the minimal grade point average is now a 3.5 to 4.0. You want that to 3.75 to 4.0 to be placed on the A honor roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then call them honor roll and honorable mention.
Okay.
So what's the logic? Isn't a B is a 3.0, right? Is the bottom end of a B?
Yeah.
So what's your
the rationale behind that? The thinking is that we were producing a list of honor roll students, nearly half of our high school student body. It was
don't work like that.
Okay, so you
Right.
want the wording for the B, you want it to say what? Honorable mention?
honorable mention.
I agree, I think that's in line with anything I've seen other school district activity.
Was this 3.5 standard for honorable mention and 3.75
For at least 3.75 before I was honorable, so.
So we were getting a very long list of honor roll students, and their grades weren't really matching that. Their test scores were not matching that. It needs to be something that if we want to have a strong academic perception, we need to have students on those lists that actually meet that definition.
Can I ask if we have a list somewhere that has a list of what each grade is worth, GPA
Like
wise?
the GPA wise, somewhere, yes, but
An
not
A is a
on
4.0.
an A is 4.0.
But is 90% to 100% considered an A? Or is it, are we
So
broke out
90
to A
to
minus,
oh
A, and
A 90 to 93 is an A minus.
Okay.
Oh, so the school
93
run
above
plus minus,
is
okay.
93 is A. There's no A plus.
Got it.
And then B's it's a 3-tier
Right,
plus minus.
So it's worth
Cs.
3.0, 3 point,
Yes.
depending on
Mhm.
which B
Yeah.
it is.
So what is
Okay.
3.0 would be B minus, be the bottom of the B
So
tab.
what's a 3.5? Right?
So a 3.5 is going to be that should be an A minus.
B plus or
B
B
plus
plus
slash
A
A minus,
minus.
yeah.
Right.
I would like to see
Okay,
that list.
So in 2410, with the language that Mr. Ramsey is suggesting, does anybody have any other questions about that?
So I'm good with that side, with the GPA side of
Okay.
it. Or I mean,
He wants the credits and the language to change for the honor roll.
yeah, so
Everybody is kosher on that?
honor roll I'm fine. I have questions on credits.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to credits, cause I
Yeah.
have,
So, rationale for credits, and then if this policy changed last year and kids planned for that, are we gonna jeopardize any kids that,
changed 2
I
years
believe
ago.
it changed 2 years ago, was when we began to drop
Yep.
the credit requirements. As far as kids, I've gone through and done an analysis of every senior's grades, and every one of them are on track to receiving at least 26 credits.
Okay, so that's my big, I agree we should have the standard should be at that. I just didn't wanna set an expectation,
Right.
have people live up to that and then pay the consequence for us changing our mind.
What was the original rationale for the declining graduation threshold?
Uh,
Graduated declining threshold.
I can only speak to the rationale as it was told to me.
Sure.
But I believe it was because Knoxon's graduation requirement was at 28 credits. Thompson Falls was at 23, and so
And the
students
state of Montana is 21.
20. The state requirement is 20.
So you didn't want a major disparity between the two.
We might lose a kid.
So the idea was that there were students who were saying, I'm going to go to Thompson Falls because I don't need as many credits.
And there were some that did.
And there was also a lot of out-of-state kids that were coming here, and the state requires this, other schools in that they're drivable is this, and we are this far off. So we were losing a lot of in-district
Work
and
competitors,
out,
I see.
yes. So,
So this number that you're proposing is a happy medium. We're still higher than Thompson Falls, but it's also like a respectable amount of credits this year.
Still very attainable on a
Yeah,
7-period day.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So I like it, I like that you did your due diligence, no one's gonna slip through the cracks, that was the only concern I had with it.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're not keeping going. I think maybe that was too less if it would have stayed on track to what we talked about before.
So we do have two optional things in this one also.
yes, I know, that I want to talk about what Mr. Ramsey was, and then we'll move on. So does anybody have any further discussions about credits or the wording in honor roll and the amounts that we changed?
I think it's good.
Okay, so then if you guys will look at the email that I sent you guys with all the revised things on 2410 from our lawyer. It is on page 1 where we'd have to fill out a bunch of the names of our school, which is, that's fine. But we're also talking about credits, which we just did, so therefore that kind of takes away, we just ironed that out for us. But then when we get to alternative programs, we have an option 1, it says religious instruction release time course in yellow. Then we also have an option of employment or volunteer work with congregated care facility, child care facility, school age program.
And then that first religious instruction part, that with that policy 2334, that is aimed just at that. That would be, so if we do something here, we have to reflect it there
Yes.
also.
And those are the only 2 options that we have in the yellow that our lawyer is telling us that we can choose between those 2.
Get him. I've been watching.
And then I was gonna go check my info from her to see what the difference was and what the,
Well, so one question, so skipping to the second part of that, the second option. This new grant that you're seeking, I mean, that might be an example that fits into that bid.
Which one?
Or
The one that you voted on?
the DPHHS.
Yeah.
State
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would think that fits squarely into that second option, this part here.
Yeah. Oh, if they're working at a DPHS.
Well, it says other experimental learning, custom design courses and challenges to current courses. I kind of see it fitting right there. Maybe not this highlighted yellow part. So yeah, I guess we don't have I don't even know what a congregate care facility is.
wouldn't it be a nursing home?
Oh, is that what it is?
No, or maybe it's like,
supported living.
yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Okay, so it says optional policy revisions, policy 4210, if the district choosing the permit to award the credits for release of time for religious instruction is under House Bill 343. There is changes that can be made in policy 2410, adding this is an option for alternative learning as well as cross-reference policies. K through 12 districts only need to be addressing the award of credits if offered. Okay, and then it also addresses House Bill 381. That allows the district to award credits to a student who is 16 years of age or older who is working or volunteering at I want to say it's a it says right here, long-time care, a resident care facility for individuals with disabilities, child care facility, daycare center, group daycare center, or family daycare licensed by DPS or HHS, or school age program serving kids 5 years of age or older during the school year or summer. It established 1 credit is equal to 8,100 minutes worked in that program, and requires the district to establish a process for the student to apply for such credits, including an application and conditions for awarding credits.
So basically, I'm understanding if we had a nursing home here and the student was let out 7th period to go work at the nursing home, they would earn a credit.
Or if they worked over the summer,
8,100.
if they worked 8,100 hours.
Oh,
They
yeah,
get a credit
or
for
over
it.
the summer
They get a
or the
credit.
end of the day.
Mhm.
I say I'm all for that, and then the religious one would mean if they went down to, let's say, the church and
Well, it says right here, Kyra, it says,
distance learning.
care facility is a long-term care resident care facility for individuals with disabilities. So if we had something that had that around here, yes, they could get credit if they worked 8,100 minutes.
No.
Minutes.
Yeah, minutes.
Being we live in such a small
That's a
area.
lot of hours.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That would be 4 years for a credit.
Yes.
That'd really be a bummer.
As far as a summer intern, I mean, that seems, I don't see them taking advantage of that. I want to see that as a good
Right.
thing if that's something a student decides to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how common that or widespread that would be, but it doesn't seem
Right.
like that option.
I don't know how many of those kind of facilities we have around here.
Well, I think it
I
would.
think there's some in Sandpoint.
Does it
that's
say
about it.
Sandpoint or Libby?
Like the home care people, so like I have a friend and she takes care of an old lady here in town, I believe it would count if she went and worked with her too, correct?
Well, she'd have to go through an actual, she could
Oh,
not work with an
okay.
individual, she would have to work
Has
through
to
like Addis or home health care, she'd have to have a supervisor, a facility
Yeah.
and all that, yeah.
That's what I mean, with the person that was taking care of it in
With
our
the-
area.
So there are companies that provide
Yeah.
in-home
Correct.
care
Yeah.
through a
But it couldn't
bonded
be-
and insured.
Yeah, it just couldn't be
There's one
me
in
saying, hey,
Clarkport.
come and take care of my grandfather and I'll say
No,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
signed off on.
Yeah.
Probably more formal.
Yeah.
Like the one in Clarkport, I know they service here in Knoxon and then students, so I think it's a great
No, that's
option
cool.
if there is.
Okay, so do we
Girls.
have any further questions? Do we like having both of those? Cause they're both an option. We don't have to put both of them in there. We can put both of them in there. But that is exactly what it addresses, and it tells you both House bills, if you guys wanna go look at those House bills on there.
I haven't seen 2410 in this.
It's on,
It's, page 6.
yes, page 6.
No, it's awesome. It's
Thank you.
And she broke it down where the ones that are required by law,
Oh, the new ones I had a tough time finding
Yeah,
too. 'Cause
and then you have to look down at the options. There's an email that everybody's looking at, Mr. Mercer.
That's okay.
Okay. I can send it to you so you can read the House bills and.
Which document is that? Is that
It is
regarding
That's the-
changes
the-
or the other one?
It's the original
Summary.
email. Would you like me to send it to you?
Summary of policy handbook and other
It says
So it'd be-
memo.
Yeah, it'd be memo on changes.
Dated July 1/25.
Yes, ma'am.
You wanna look at it? Nice. Or no? Yeah, you're good.
I'll bombard you with the
If you
email
wanna-
later.
Look at the yellow part, that's the.
Well, and some of that stuff is actually on this
Oh.
page as
Mhm.
well. And so you guys are diving into some of the other minutia, but yeah.
So do we wanna have both options? I'm in favor of both.
I'm in favor of both, I think if somebody wants to go to the church, and if they've got a program, maybe somebody wants to administer.
Well, and
Well, so
the other thing that I didn't understand, and maybe you're about to talk about it, is the religion thing on here. For religion classes, it's not broke down in her memo of what entails.
If you look at
It
that
is,
House
it's
bill,
2334.
is it 2334?
Not the bill, that's the board policy that where we have to give one.
Oh, okay, yeah, it says,
1
well,
hour a week.
it's
and-
rewarding credit
and
for
get credit.
release time religion instruction, and there is a House bill, it is 3430.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's not a free for all. So the rules around that to get the credit has to be similar number of hours. It had to have followed curriculum and assessment requirements aligned with the content standards. Syllabus has to reflect the requirements, and the student has satisfactorily passed. So I mean, there are. It's not just
They-
going and volunteering at
They
church.
can't
Yeah.
just go
Actual-
hang out at the church and say
Yeah.
they're getting religious instructions there.
Okay.
The religious institution would have to
If-
have to show us what the curriculum is
Yeah.
that they're using and have to verify that they're actually doing a program.
And it would be your responsibility to evaluate the syllabus presented by the institution.
Yeah.
Do you see that being like a huge flood of work?
A huge
Or
amount of work?
Yeah, well, no, you see that happening a lot, I suppose, being like.
Not necessarily. I mean, there may be a couple of churches nearby that want to start something.
Oh, totally, I'm just
And
curious.
this gives them the option to do that.
No, I think it's cool, I just, yeah.
I think it collaborates more with us working with homeschool families too.
That's, the people that have reservations about this sort of thing is definitely appeases them. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in favor of
Decide
including
this?
both.
I shake your head. Okay, Annie?
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Tammy, I don't know how you would like this. I can give you my notes again tomorrow as well on what we all decided on the options and stuff and the wording, if you would like that. Okay, so for the motion, we are considering to approve 2410, Mr. Ramsey wants to hold to last year's with the general diploma at 25 credits, college prep diploma at 26 credits. He also wants to change A honor roll to 3.75 to 4. And then he also wants to change B honor roll to honor roll mention. And he wants to change the GPA to 3.5 to 3.74. And we would like,
Just to clarify, honor roll is not called a honor roll, it's just called honor roll.
actually, no, it's called A honor roll. The number A honor roll in the policy.
In the current policy.
Yes. So you want to mark A out too.
Just honor roll and honorable mention.
Which is
Okay.
kind of more, historic.
Hey,
Yeah.
wording makes a difference when you're
Right.
talking about policy. So, okay, thank you. And then we would like to go. We're gonna put all of Knoxon names and all the yellow that says name of school. And then we are also would like to go with both option, the religious and the. What's the other one called?
The employment or volunteer work with
Thank you.
congregate care facility, child care facility, school age program.
Yes. So, Miss Tammy, can we get a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg,
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
So moving on to item 6K, consider approval of required policy updates by Kellogg Law. I would like a motion to approve 1, 3, 5, 9, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, and 29. Can I please get a motion?
So is that everything that I read?
Yes, sir.
Minus the one Kyra?
Minus the one that
No.
Kyra had. So
I
there's.
just want to one more time.
Yes, ma'am, and I have the list too for you.
So I
Okay, and I
explained.
have it.
Thank you. Okay, I make a motion for item 6K, consider approval of required policy updates by Kellogg Law as 1, 3, 5, 9, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, and 29. I would like a second, please.
Second.
Was that you, Mr. Bass?
Okay. Me.
Okay,
Public discussion?
and who made the motion?
I did. Okay, board discussion.
The only one I cut, the 3612, responsible AI use, students, and, I improve on them.
Okay, which one did you say?
3612.
Number
3612.
17.
Thank you.
You talking about the added language?
Yeah. Specifically, students may only use AI tools responsibly for educational purposes. I don't know how. I would just like to discuss that a little bit.
Which part? The very first, the second sentence?
Yeah, use of AI tools, 3612.
Mhm.
Just, I don't really know what that looks like, and if that's super clear, I'd just like to get y'all's thoughts on it.
Well, I think it's gonna be gray, and it's gonna be tough. But.
Okay,
it's-
well, in Kellova's thing, it says the policy change is recommended but not required. It addresses the use of AI tools as part of the acceptable use by students. The student handbook also updated to reflect the use of AI tools and code of conduct as well acceptable use agreement. So, does anybody know what the handbook actually says about it?
Currently, our handbook does not specifically address AI
Okay.
in its treatment of technology. But this would allow us to.
Okay. So this would open the door for development of language for the student?
Yep.
Okay.
As well as adding it to our acceptable use agreements, which is an agreement that students and families sign out of the handbook for technology.
For other technology.
So if we were to, and I'm looking up the policy so that I know for sure what I'm talking about, but if we were to put this into place, could, let's say a student uses AI and next thing you know, they're getting popped with plagiarism. How does that work?
No, so I think this actually protects. So right now, there's no policy on AI, right? So this
I'm
actually,
looking up
so
at the
this
policy
actually
right
puts
now.
restrictions on it that are not currently in place. So I think it's only good because there's gonna be
Something rather
gray.
than nothing, yeah.
There's gonna be gray and there's gonna be challenges, but at least this explicitly says that they cannot, any conduct constituting dishonesty in academic work, including but not limited to plagiarism, cheating, unauthorized use to complete work, submitting work generated by, and a couple other things. So at least this starts to establish a standard, whereas right now we have none. So I think we do this, and if we want to elaborate on it, as we learn in the handbook or update policy, we should, but we should get this in place. Well, we have to, this is
Right.
law, this is.
Well, I wasn't necessarily opposed to it. I guess, like you just said, I think it warrants further discussion.
Absolutely.
And-
Because that would be the question is, do we want to put any more definition
Right.
here now? I would advocate no, because how do you even that's a big ball of wax.
Have to see what teachers are observing, what you're observing.
Right.
Develop it from there. The ambiguity there was the only thing that I wanted to mention on that. But like, as a starting point, that makes sense.
Okay. Anybody else have any concerns about 3612? Okay. So out of all the policies that I just named off, does anybody else have any concerns on those policies? Annie?
I do not.
Okay. Kyra? Okay, why she's thinking Miss Ramsey?
No, I don't.
Mr. Bass?
No.
Okay. Just waiting on Miss Kyra, she's
Okay.
looking at our notes.
Yep.
No, you're fine.
Out with it, Mr. Mercer.
Yeah, I think the only thing to keep in mind, and I haven't read through this all yet or whatever, but the one thing to definitely maybe consider is if people are using ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or whatever happens to be the cool flavor at the time, make records of the chat logs between the students and the AI available to the parents, just because there have been some people that have discovered some pretty disturbing correspondence with the AI in their own children's chat logs.
I don't know. I think those companies will only release that under like a subpoena. I don't think that they're available.
Yeah, but I mean that therein lies the thing, is there have been a couple cases where kids that were going to ChatGPT for basically psychiatric help have then ended up killing themselves.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
And then they only found out about it after they subpoenaed them and got the chat logs or something like that. So that would be either no.
Chat GPT at school, or
And you're going to use whatever flavor is cool at the time, but I mean, therein lies the thing. I don't think having kids openly chat with ChatGPT on school.
How do we regulate
Those are
how they're talking
blocked
about?
through our
Okay, are
student
those
devices.
are those mostly blocked? Okay,
Those are blocked.
so mostly this is just going to be for like just general search functions and stuff like that.
Well, this would be like a high school kid at home.
using AI to
They
write
go
a
home to write
science
their
paper.
Well, not to write it, but to ethically help them maybe identify.
They're
gonna use it
Well,
directly.
as far as the kids actually cheating, I mean, the kids are going to cheat.
They get caught. Mine did it once, and they were able to look, and it's easy to see when they copy and paste. I think the teachers are pretty good at that, but
Yeah, I mean, kids are going to cheat. I mean, trying to make
I
rules
like
against
how-
not cheating is not necessarily that's a fool's errand.
A rapidly evolving situation too.
Well, and I like how we have filters here at the
Yeah.
school, so it kind of lays where the parents have to step up and be a parent and like look at what their child is doing, so.
And I can monitor all student devices at the same time.
Mhm.
Any students that are on, I can see what's on their screen.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I didn't
Even
know
on their
how
home
open
device?
it was.
No, on
Oh.
only when they're at school.
Hmm.
Not their home device. I want to see that.
no, I meant like if they have their phone and
That's
they're on
the
Chat
USA.
GPT at school, can you?
They should not be on their phone.
Well,
They don't
yeah.
have access to it
Trust
because we
me.
don't have no
We know.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
So
but there's
unless they-
cell service, and every kid in this school, pretty much parents pay for them to have cell service anymore, it seems like.
No, that's okay. I use that, that because the kids were on theirs, that you could actually watch them from there, so it scared my kids for a while, and then they called my BS, but, yeah. Okay, any more conversations about the said policies? So we're all ready to vote on 1, 3, 5, 9, 11, or 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, and 29, correct? It's your list, Mr. O'Dear.
Well, I have them written by policy number, not.
Yeah, me too.
in
I'm,
number.
I
So-
start them by your policy number, and it is
It
the
matches.
correct
It matches.
match.
All right.
I mean,
I highlighted them, I can go back
But I'm
and
not
tell
sure,
you.
can you read them again, Amber?
Okay,
No, I'm
ready?
kidding, I'm kidding.
Let's
I've
roll
got
with it. I trust that we got.
Okay, Miss Hammond, can you do a voice vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Hi.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz.
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
Make a suggestion,
Yes,
Board
sir.
Chair. I would suggest we knock out 2334 real quick, cause it's the religious instruction one that we pretty
Okay.
well have discussed already.
What is,
So 5250 and 5321.
okay, hold up. What did you just say, Eric?
2334 is the religious instruction one that we need to make
2334.
sure matches what we just
Number
approved.
7.
Yep.
2334.
And did you say any other one? Just that one?
I was just gonna suggest we at least
Okay,
do that
nope.
one since it matches one we've already approved.
Okay, so can I please get a motion, item 6K, number 7, board policy 2334?
Make a motion to consider the changes to board policy 2334.
Can I get a second?
A second.
Okay, open, public, any discussion? Board discussion.
So it's just two things, we have to give 1 hour, release time for religious instruction. We do have the option to allow more hours than that per week. And then the second is if we choose to grant credit, which we just already decided that we would. So really, it's just the 1 hour versus, more than that. And I guess I would ask Mr. Ramsey with 1 hour per week, at what point does it really take away, like, how can we accommodate that? What point does it take away from the education they're getting in this building? Or would you recommend doing anything more than 1 hour?
Not right now. I'd like to keep it at 1 hour per week.
See how it goes.
And evaluate participation. in
Yeah,
this.
see what they're doing this for that.
Okay, I do have a question on this, if I can get my computer to work for a minute.
And
Um,
Go ahead.
would this be a similar thing where, so for this, for release time, it would just be parents requesting to take their student up, to be away from school? You wouldn't have to get documentation from the religious institution or anything?
Well, in document as far as like their syllabus or what they're in compliance with House Bill 343.
So what do we release right now for work study?
Right now, none. Oh, okay. Oh, what if we had student? Okay,
Yes.
right now there's no students doing it.
Okay.
But if we release students for work study, seniors, it's the last period of the day.
So that's an hour. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I just didn't want us to think that we were releasing work study for like 2-3 hours a day and only religion work study
No,
for 1.
it matches the
Okay.
what we're already doing.
Okay. No, I don't have a problem with that one at all. Cause we covered the other language and. Okay, any further discussion on board policy 2334? Miss Sammy, can you do a voice?
Trustee Bass.
Aye.
Trustee Bosker.
Aye.
Trustee Manning. Trustee Manning.
Annie?
She's sleeping.
I think she has us on mute, so it takes her a minute to be able to
Yeah, to
unmute
unmute.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Pass, she
Board
might have
Chair
had a
Miskowitz.
issue. Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg.
Aye.
Trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries. We're good.
Everybody.
We'll say she abstained. It's way past her bedtime, we know that. Mine too.
Okay, so my other option, or the other thing is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more policies to get through. So we're already going to have a meeting on Monday. So, and it is 9 o'clock. So would you guys be opposed to tackling those 9 on Monday, or would you guys like to do the 9 tonight?
Monday,
I
please.
think Mondays.
Okay. I'm Miss Tammy. Can you make a note that we are going to tackle number 2, 4, 6, 10, 11, 15, 16, 19, 23, 26, and 27. Those 11 policies for Monday, the 20th at 6 p.m.
And that is by board consent?
Yes, ma'am. And can I
It is noted.
please get a motion to adjourn?
Do you still have 2 more agenda items?
No, ma'am, no, sir, we did that on your way down
Yeah,
here.
you were driving.
Oh, so I abstained?
Yes.
Okay. Was that a good decision?
Yes. It did,
Motion to adjourn.
okay,
I second.
at 8:48, or, yes.